Today, I'm going to show you how to make this delicious, mouth-watering Edikang Ikong Soup. This soup is famous amongst the Ibibio-Efik people in Nigeria, and throughout Nigeria, it's definitely considered a delicacy. To make this delicious soup, the two main players are ugu and water leaf, but in this case, I'm using spinach because that's what I've got available. So, in terms of the ugu, most people use fresh ugu, but I live in diaspora, so I've only been able to get dry ugu. So what I've done is I've made sure that I've washed it very thoroughly, removing all of the sand, and leave it to stew in hot water for maybe 10-15 minutes, just to let the leaves rehydrate. And then I've made sure I squeeze out the water. Edikang Ikong is a soup that doesn't like too much water, so please do make sure that you do squeeze out the water from your leaves. So I have chopped spinach, palm oil, chopped onions, and habanero pepper. Right, now onto the proteins. I've used sheep, but you can as well use goat meat. We have Kpomo, which I have washed and parboiled. I have stockfish and dried tilapia. For our condiments, I've got meat seasoning, seasoning cube, and salt to taste. So right, let's start cooking. So into my pot, I put the meat. I'm also going to add the stockfish, making sure that you wash it thoroughly. And then I will put some onions, my seasoning, salt to taste, and then I will add some water. Remember, as I said before, Edikang Ikong does not like plenty of water, so we only need as much water to boil the meat. So we'll leave that to boil. Let's go back to the meat. We still have plenty of water. This is the point that I'm going to add the Kpomo and the dried tilapia, and we're going to leave it to cook down until the water has started to dry. Now, as you can see, the water has started to boil down. There's just a little bit left, but we're ready to go to the next step. Now, one of the things that I love about African cooking is that you can always customize it to your own taste. We're a family of meat eaters, so my pot of soup is always full. Okay, so now we're ready to add the pepper. My children will be eating this, so I'm not going to add too much pepper. And next thing is crayfish, but I'm using ground smoked fish. So we give that a little stir and we leave it to cook for 5 more minutes. You can see here that the water has boiled down, and now we're ready to add the palm oil. Make sure that you use a good quality of palm oil, because that's going to have a big impact on the taste. So we pour in the palm oil. You can use as much or as little as you wish. Give it a good stir and allow it to simmer for about 5 minutes. Wow, the smell is divine. Now we're ready to put in the ugu leaves. We'll put the ugu in first because it takes slightly longer to cook. We're not going to stir it in, we'll just let it steam for a little bit and then come back and add the water leaf. Now that the ugu has had time to steam, we're ready to put in the water leaf or spinach. In my case, as I said, we're going to be using spinach. So we put that in and leave it to steam and stir it thoroughly. Now the soup is ready to be served. What I love about the fact that I've used spinach instead of water leaf is that you've got the duality of the two greens, and that makes it even more appealing to the eye. Let's serve it up. So there you have it, mouth-watering Edikang Ikong soup. If you like this video, please like, share and subscribe, hitting the notification bell so that you know when the next video drops.